In this tutorial, I'll describe to you the changes and how you schedule outbound phone calls and introduce several new features in Appear Speech 5 for outbound messaging. We log in, we're going to see the polls screen. We're going to choose our location and poll number from the drop-downs. You may recall in the Aegis 3.7 desktop, scheduling an outbound phone call batch was a two-step process where you first scheduled the call in the reminder call window and then returned to the edit poll window to assign the call to specific jurors. In Appear Speech 5, you can now schedule and assign outbound calls directly in the Polls tab all in one step. And we've added outbound email, text message, and cell phone notification. Let's take a tour of how to assign outbound messages and include email, text message, and phone number notifications. At the bottom of the polls list, you'll see the message assignment bar. And to the right of the inbound subtab, you will see the outbound new and outbound scheduled tabs. Let's click on outbound new. In order to choose the message that you'd like to assign, you can either select a pre-recorded message or an ad hoc message. And then you select the specific message that you would like to assign by choosing it here in the drop-down. As you change your message, the information to the right will change depending on the message. For example, our rescheduled message contains 4 date and time variables: the appear time, appear date, call time, and call date. So the appear time and date are the time in which you would like the juror to report for jury duty. So this is their appearance time and date. And then their call time is their callback time and date. Then you can set the date in which you would like the messages to begin being sent on, meaning that Appear will send this message on this date, and then you can set the time parameters in which the system sends the message as well. The user can choose a combination of messages using the home phone, cell phone, text message, and email checkboxes. Of course, Appear will only send messages to those jurors for whom you have each piece of information, which is typically gathered from each juror. When you have the text and email messages selected, the reply to address here will default to a no reply address, or the user could change the email address if they would like email responses sent directly to them. You can press full message text and view the text that will be sent to each juror. This is the text that they will hear via home phone or cell phone, and they will see via email. Keep in mind that text messages are limited to 160 characters, which is not enough to display the entire reporting instructions. So you can use an alternate, shorter message from the list displayed when you click on this text message button. You can choose your message from the drop-down and press select. Now let's show you how to schedule an outbound message batch. We're going to go ahead and stick with our second message, rescheduled. Set our appear date and time, and set our call time and call date to the day before the appear date and time. We're also going to change this to begin sending the call at 4:00 p.m. We're going to use the default text message, and we're going to make sure that's selected from the drop-down. And we're going to stick with the no reply email address. I'm going to select a handful of jurors on this page, as well as a handful on the next page. Notice that I have 20 jurors selected. This count is important to make sure that you are assigning the correct number of jurors this message. And then I'm going to press Assign. I can ensure that these jurors have been assigned this message by scrolling over in the juror list and looking at the Outbound Start and Outbound Message columns. If you look in the message assignment bar, you will also notice the Outbound Scheduled tab. This tab is used to modify outbound messages that have already been scheduled. Let's say you want to add an additional 10 jurors to the message you just created. You're going to click on Outbound Scheduled. In order to view the message that we just assigned, we're going to have to select it here from the drop-down. We're going to click Unassign Jurors, and we're going to select a handful of jurors, maybe another 10, that we would like to assign this message, and we press Assign. We know that these jurors have been assigned this message by clicking back over to Assign Messages and making sure that the total number of jurors has increased. You can alternately use this screen to delete messages, unassign messages, or update messages. For more information, please visit www.voicemetrics.com.